Emma's parents had warned her. Her friends had pleaded with her. Even strangers raised their eyebrows when they heard about her decision. "You're throwing away your future," they said. But Emma didn't care. On the day she walked down the aisle, she wasn't marrying a bank account, a house, or a shiny last name. She was marrying Daniel, the quiet, kind man who made her heart feel like home. What no one knew, not even Emma herself, was that the man everyone called poor carried a secret so extraordinary it would one day silence every doubter and rewrite their destiny. The beginning of their love. Emma first met Daniel on a rainy autumn afternoon at a small cafe tucked away in a quiet corner of the city. She was a bright young woman from a well-off family, ambitious but soft-hearted. Daniel worked as a freelance artist, sketching portraits for customers and earning just enough to get by. His clothes were simple, his shoes worn, and his wallet far from full. But his eyes carried a warmth that pulled Emma in. Their connection was instant. Daniel spoke not with flashy words, but with sincerity. He listened when she talked, noticed the little things others overlooked, and made her laugh in ways money could never buy. Emma found herself drawn to the purity of his heart, something she rarely saw in the polished but empty men from her social circle. Cue the world's disapproval. When their relationship became serious, the storm began. Emma's parents were horrified. "Emma," her father said one evening, his voice sharp with frustration, "you are making a mistake. This man cannot give you the life you deserve. He has no stability, no plan, no wealth. Love won't pay the bills." Her mother tried gentler words but carried the same message. Friends whispered behind her back. Some even confronted her directly, calling Daniel a dreamer and a nobody. Emma listened, but her heart wouldn't bend. "I don't need a man with money," she told them. "I need a man with love." And so, against everyone's advice, she married Daniel in a small ceremony with only a handful of supporters. They exchanged vows under a cloudy sky, promising to hold each other through storms and sunshine alike. 2. The early struggles life after marriage was far from easy. Daniel's art barely covered their rent. Some months they had to choose between paying the electric bill and buying groceries. Their apartment was small, peeling paint and creaky floors. Emma, who had grown up in comfort, now found herself clipping coupons, wearing secondhand clothes, and walking instead of driving. There were nights when doubt crept in, nights when Emma sat in the dark, wondering if the world had been right. But every time, Daniel held her close and whispered, "We'll get through this. As long as we have each other, we're already rich." His unwavering faith strengthened her own. The hidden burden. What Emma didn't know was that Daniel carried a heavy secret. Years before they met, Daniel had inherited a vast fortune from his grandfather, a billionaire businessman. But along with the fortune came a lesson. His grandfather's dying wish was for Daniel to find a partner who loved him for who he was, not for his wealth. To honor that wish, Daniel chose to live modestly, testing the world and his own heart. Daniel could have ended their struggles with a single phone call to his financial advisor, but he waited. He needed to be absolutely certain that Emma loved the man, not the money. To breaking point, the challenges kept coming. One bitter winter, Daniel fell ill and couldn't work for weeks. Emma took on extra shifts at a local bookstore, standing for long hours, her hands raw from the cold. When Emma's parents found out, they arrived unannounced, their patience gone. "This is madness, Emma," her father snapped. "You're working yourself to the bone while he sits at home. Come back with us. You don't have to live like this." Emma stood firm. Her voice trembled, but her resolve was steel. "I chose this life. I chose him. And I would choose him again." Daniel, listening from the bedroom, wiped away silent tears. In that moment he knew without a doubt, Emma's love was pure. To the revelation, spring came, bringing not just flowers but a revelation that would change everything. One evening, Daniel took Emma to the very cafe where they first met. He handed her a small envelope. Inside was a letter and a set of keys. Confused, Emma began to read. The letter revealed the truth. Daniel was not the struggling artist she believed him to be. He was the heir to a billion-dollar empire, owner of vast businesses and properties. The keys belonged to a grand estate, a home that had been waiting for them all along. Emma's eyes widened in shock, her hands trembling. Why Why didn't you tell me? She whispered. Daniel took her hands in his. Because I needed to know that you loved me for me, and you proved it every single day. To a new beginning, life changed overnight. They moved into a beautiful home, traveled the world, and enjoyed luxuries they had once only dreamed of. But what remained unchanged was the heart of their relationship. They still cooked simple meals together, laughed over inside jokes, and cherished quiet walks in the park. Wealth brought comfort, but it never replaced the love that had carried them through hardship. Emma's parents, humbled and astonished, apologized for doubting her. Friends who once mocked her were now speechless. But Emma never gloated. She simply smiled and said, "Love was always the real treasure." The message, Emma and Daniel's story, is more than a romantic tale. It's a reminder. In a world obsessed with status, money, and appearances, true love stands apart. Love is patient when the world is cruel. Love sacrifices when life tests you. And sometimes, love uncovers blessings greater than anyone could imagine. If you've watched this story until the end, let it stay in your heart as a gentle but powerful truth. Real love isn't about what someone has. It's about who they are. Thank you for being here. If Emma and Daniel's journey touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more emotional and inspiring stories. Your support means the world. And just like love, it's something that no amount of money can ever replace.